So a huge welcome now officially to our 4th annual Discover Multi-Faith Fair, hosted by Concordia's Multi-Faith and Spirituality Center. My name is the Reverend Ellie Hummel, and it gives me immense joy to open 3 days of events, days to connect and learn about ourselves and each other and Concordia. Welcome to you, whoever you are and wherever you are, here in Montreal, somewhere else in Canada, or somewhere around the world. And a special shout out to Pranav, who is in India. So Pranav, I think you win the prize for being up the latest. Well, it's not that late yet. I think it's 10 at night, I think, but also the furthest away. So thank you so much. But wherever you are and whoever you are, you're very welcome, and
thank you so much.
You're welcome, Pranav. And as we begin, I would actually like you to reflect for a moment on where you are and on your location. And I'd like to begin by acknowledging that Concordia University is located on unceded indigenous lands. The Ganyan-Gehaga Nation is recognized as the custodians of the lands and waters on which we gather today. Tiohtià:ke, or Montreal, is historically known as a gathering place for many First Nations. Today, it is home to a diverse population of Indigenous and other peoples. We respect the continued connections with the past, present, and future in our ongoing relationships with Indigenous and other peoples within the Montreal community. And those of us who are joining us on Zoom from Montreal and the surrounding areas are indeed on the lands of the Ganyan-Gehaga Nation. And if you're somewhere else in Canada, the Americas, or the rest of the world, I just want to invite you to take a moment to recall the original peoples of the land you're on, or maybe recall the peoples of the lands where you've lived and places that are important to you. If you're not sure who they are, it's a great way to start learning and learn a piece about the history of the place you currently call home. And so here we are, connecting from different places, but journeying together for 3 days, a journey of learning and discovery. And now I'm pleased to invite Vicky Boldo, the in-house community support worker from the Aboriginal Students Resource Center, to open our gathering with a song. And I think, Vicky, you're going to say a few words first.
Good morning, everyone. Yes, Ellie, thank you so much for that introduction and for that opening video. What a nice way to start the day. And I loved it at the end to think of being grateful in all things, even in these challenges that make us so uncomfortable, and yet we grow through that. And although we're disconnected, we're also very connected. And so for myself, as a Cree Métis woman, there's a lot about being, that we're all related, all those interweaved, we're all weaved together. And so this song that we're having is the opening song today. I'm an adoptee from the 60s, and so I was very much disconnected growing up, disconnected from culture. And my whole life journey, my earth walk, has been about reconnecting and to culture and tradition and to a whole lot of people. And, I often share with the youth about the better we know ourselves, the better we understand ourselves. And the better we understand ourselves, the better we know ourselves. And that's about knowing where we come from. So this particular song comes from, I was gifted this from another fellow survivor from the 60 Scoop who grew up disconnected as well from her roots. And it's an honor song, but it's also in honor of forgiveness of toward ourselves, because I really strongly believe that earth walk, the toughest relationship, in Indigenous worldviews, it's about being in relationship and that interconnectedness. And the most difficult part of our earth walk is getting okay with ourselves. We're often so much kinder and gentler with strangers than we are with our own selves. And so in this forgiveness song, when she gifted it to me, she spoke about the 5 steps of forgiveness for herself on her healing journey. And that was acknowledging what it was that was eating at her, that was causing pain. And as adoptees, we often, we've gone through that process of a lot of self-loathing and self-destruction. And so then it moves into understanding where all of that is coming from. And her third part of the forgiveness was then starting to implement. And then we move into the letting go, where it allows us to start moving through and beyond the pain and the anger and the judgment. And then the last part, of course, is moving into peace, where we've done a lot of that self-work and we've released. And that's when we move into the love, and that's when we can start really working in good ways with others. So yeah, that's a little bit of that story. And I welcome everybody, and just hope that you all enjoy the next couple of days and all the events that everybody over at Multi-Faith has put together. I know they've worked extremely, extremely hard. And yeah, it's lovely to see all of you. Kinenaskamtsin kakyao. High away, high away, high away, yo. High away, yo. Away, yo. Way, yo. Way high away, way high away, yo. Way high away, yo. Away, yo. Away, yo.
Thank you so much, Vicky. Thank you for sharing yourself and your song, and thank you for that reminder to forgive ourselves, to forgive others, so that we may live more fully together, and that we ultimately bring that peace to the world that we all yearn for. Now, I'd like to share another greeting with you. It's by Andrew Woodall, and Andrew is here, our Dean of Students, but he also recorded a greeting. So just give me 3 seconds and I shall share that as well.
Hello, I'm Andrew Woodall, and I'm the Dean of Students, and I am really happy and excited to welcome you to the 2020 Discover Multi-Faith Fair. This is an annual event, usually taking place in the EV lobby, atrium, tons of activity going on, maybe some free food, lots of student volunteers. This year it's virtual, and it's over 3 days, and it's got a whole wide range of events which are really, really exciting and engaging and fun. So participate in some of them, all of them. It's a unique event, and it's unique because it's one of the few times in the year where we can celebrate the full diversity of Concordia. It's got everyone at it, and it's rare that happens even at a place like Concordia. And at its root, the fair is about a demonstration of our humanity. It shows what we have in common, but it also celebrates our differences. It covers a wide range of interests and ideas and faiths and ways of looking at faith and spirituality in an educational and engaging and fun way. Lots of learning to be had. So welcome, enjoy it, and maybe I'll see you in some of those Zoom rooms.
Thanks so much, Andrew. Thanks for sharing our excitement and giving that larger perspective to what this fair is all about. As several people have said, we've been working quite hard on this. There was a lot of new territory for us, a steep learning curve, but we are an educational institution, so even your staff learns a lot, and I hope that's a part of the theme of the fair. I actually do want to take a moment to just introduce our staff. So I'm gonna try and highlight you all, spotlight you all. So I'm gonna just go in order of who I see. So Belinda Mahar is our service assistant. If you come into the annex, you're usually the first face you see. So welcome, Belinda, and thank you. And next we have, hang on. We have Ashley Crouch. Who is our interfaith facilitator, and you're going to hear a bit more from Ashley in a minute. So welcome, Ashley. We have Deborah Simon, and Deborah, you might not see that often if you're downtown, but if you're at Loyola, you'll see her a lot because she actually manages the beautiful Loyola Chapel, which is part of the MFSC and a space to, it's a consecrated Christian space and also a space for multi-faith and community events. So glad you're here, Deb, welcome.
Hi.
And Mark is, oh, I just saw him. Here you are. Mark Weisfelder is also in the chapel. He helps Deborah with the management of it. And both Deborah and Mark, since COVID, have really pivoted to help us with programming. And so all five of us have really been instrumental in getting the fair together. So welcome, Mark. And Sepide, I don't think you're on video, but Sepide is, oh, there you are, amazing. Sepide, here you are. I sprung that on you, didn't I? Sepide is our student assistant who has actually done our amazing publicity. So if you have been on Instagram or Facebook and see some of the posts, it's all Sepide. And we're really glad you're part of our team, so welcome. And what am I doing? Here we go. Take you off spotlight, Sepide. There we go. So some of you have asked, so how does this work? How do you do a virtual fair? Here we are all sitting at home. We all grieve a little bit that we can't be in the EV building. I certainly grieve that we can't have Kiawe's awesome food and cotton candy and popcorn, but it's going to be just as great. There's lots of opportunities, lots of ways to learn and engage. And I also think sometimes it's when we're forced to do things in new ways, that's actually where some of the greatest learning happens. When we're sort of comfortable, we as teams certainly know what we're doing in the EV building. We've done that lots now. So we'll just sort of roll with how it's always been done. And this time we really had to rethink. And I think that place, it's sometimes, I don't know if it's liminal place or sort of the places of discomfort, of uncertainty, ambiguity even. Sometimes, as hard as it is, that is where the greatest growth happens. So I really hope the fair will move us to grow and learn and about ourselves and the word. But how this is going to happen and how the fair is going to roll out, I'm going to give over to Ashley, and she's going to give us a bit of a tour. So, Ashley, I'm going to spotlight you, and it's all yours.
All right. Hi, everybody. So as Ellie said, I'm Ashley. I'm the interfaith facilitator here, and I am so excited that you're all with us today, and I'm so excited that so many of you have turned out for our opening ceremony. So it's going to be different, like Ellie said, but we had a lot of fun creating all of this. We are working with a few different platforms. So if you go through your schedule, hopefully all of you have signed up online on the sites.concordia website that gives you the full schedule. And then you can just add events to your calendar. We've got a really good mix of live events like this one and stuff that's happening this afternoon. And we also have some events that are at your own leisure. So if you want to be creative, you can do some drawing. If you want to do a Sacred Sites of the World video tour, you can do that with make some popcorn this afternoon, pretend you're in the EV atrium, I don't know. But just have a lot of fun. Like everything that we've done is designed to help you to either meet people of different faiths, learn about different faiths themselves, or ask big questions and hopefully engage in some ways with yourself and others. And so this is a really great opportunity to, as we like to say at the center, to have brave conversations in safe places. And so, don't be afraid to ask the big questions. Don't be afraid to ask about anything or to learn or to not know anything. This is a space for discovery and a space for community. And so I think the amazing thing about it being virtual is that, you can do it all from the comfort of your own home. And you can do it from anywhere in the world. And so I think it's just going to reflect even more the beautiful diversity across the globe that brings people to our university. We've also got some participation prizes. So for anyone who registers for the events online and then attends them, you're going to be entered into a draw to win gift cards. So if that's a little incentive because we don't have catering, maybe that'll incentivize you. And then we also with the quizzes, there are participation prizes too. And our whole team is here for all of you. So whether you have a question or a concern or anything, our main email is listed on the website, and you can reach out to any of us, even during an event or after, if there's anything that you are concerned about or confused about. We just want you to know that we are totally here for everybody. And so, yeah, I just really hope that you guys like everything that we have done and all the love that we have put into it. And we welcome your feedback. So at the end of the fair, if you want to let us know how we did, what you'd love to see next year, stuff like that, we're going to have a little feedback form. So look out for that. And we'll gather again all together. Hopefully you guys can be here as well as others who've come during the fair to the closing ceremony. And that is when we are going to be divvying out the prizes for participation, as well as reflecting on what we've learned. So people from different events throughout the fair will be able to share kind of what they've experienced, and hopefully we can sort of close it with a sense of community and discovery. And I think that's about it for me for now, but I really hope that you all have an amazing time. And I thank you so much again for being a part of this and making it the fair that it is.
Thanks, Ashley. Great incentive, great little tour. So check it out. Check out our website. That's your main go-to. And just a reminder that if you registered for the fair, so you set up an account, and every time you go on that website, you need to log in and then add the events that you'd like to attend to your schedule. And once you've added them to the schedule, then you will see the Zoom link or the Wonder link or the however you need to connect. And we talk much about the fact that this is virtual, but I keep saying, and many people keep saying, the connections and the learning and the enrichment are very real. And so even though we're sitting in many different places, in front of our computers or screens, we are connecting with real people in real life for the real world. And so this is what this is about. And I want to now open the floor just for a few minutes to all of us, because it is about community as well. And so I want to ask you two questions, and just for like 5 minutes or so, feel free to either raise your hand and I'll recognize you, or to speak up if there's a lull. I want to ask you, what are you excited about for the fair? And the second question is, what do you hope to learn? As we embark, it may be good to set a bit of a learning goal. Is way too big. That sounds like school or an assignment. That's not what it's about. But many religious traditions talk about intentions. So what is your intention as you start off into the 3 days of fair? Is there a particular tradition you'd like to learn about? Is there one practitioner you'd like to talk about? Is there a story you're hoping to share? What is your intention as you begin this fair? And so I'm going to open it up, and you can also, somebody already raised hand. Harry, I think you're the president from Hillel. So welcome, and I'll give it over to you.
Yes, I'm the VP External from Hillel Concordia. So thank you, first of all, for hosting this amazing event. I just wanted to say, I think personally what I'm looking to learn is like what unites all types of spirituality, and what our common like practices are, and our common goals, and because I know that often we live in a very divisive world, and I think that an event like this can bring together people of all different faiths and all different spiritualities.
Thank you, Harry. That's great. Yes, we can clap, we can give thumbs up. Awesome. Who else would like to say something? Doesn't have to, you can just say, I'm just excited to do something other than classes. You don't have to be deep and profound.
Hey, everyone.
Hello. Hi, Christian.
I'll start you can see me here. I'm a staff member. I'm pretty busy. I won't be able to do a lot of the sessions, but I'm going to try and go to a few. But I'm really interested as really how people integrate their spirituality and their faith in everyday life, especially, when it comes to what's going on right now in the world. As someone who considers himself spiritual, but not necessarily religious, it's, I think like all of you, I've been on a bit of a roller coaster ride, and I'm just interested to see how everyone, how different people just integrate their beliefs and their values in all of this. There you go.
Thanks, Christian. Thanks, Andrew. Thanks for being here. I know if you guys have to go, some folks have other meetings. So so maybe, if nobody else is chomping at the bit to jump in, we will leave it at that, but I will leave those questions with you. What are you excited for the fair? And what's your intention? What are you hoping to learn? And then, as Ashley said, there's lots of events between now and Thursday, and then Thursday at 4, we will have a closing ceremony, and there'll be a time of sharing to share some of the highlights, some of the surprises, the wonderings, and so I do invite you and challenge you, I guess, to take that question seriously. What is your intention? And so with that, I would like to close. I'd like to officially, we're now, Discover Multi-Faith Fair has officially been opened, and we're ready to gather. Yay! Everybody clap, hooray. Thank you for everyone who came, who participated. And the next event is at 11 o'clock. It's actually, you see behind me the conversation wheel, and it's a Q&A, discover yourself, explore big questions with the wheel that Ashley and I are going to facilitate. I hope to see you there. So I'm going to close this officially, but I also want to say that we are going to stay on. And if you have questions that you'd like to ask, how do I register? What is this event about? Is anything recorded? Whatever. If you want to ask questions, we will stay on for a bit. You can ask. You can also just chat with us. But thank you for a great launch to the fair.